is leading 2-0. Best 3 out of 5 for the gold medal against Brazil and leading 8-6 in this, the third game. Working with me, Kirk Kilgore, our expert commentator. Men's finals in volleyball. Side out Brazil in the first game. United States came out fast and won 15-6. Came right back and won the second one by the identical score, and now lead 8-5 in this one. And this has to be somewhat of a surprise, Kirk, because on Monday night, Brazil just blasted the United States in the last preliminary game before the semifinals, 3-0.
Well, indeed, the U.S. does not look like the same team, and they are. They started 2 other players they did the other night, Greg Buck and Pat Powers, and they've made a big difference in this game. And the U.S. is receiving serve, which is the key to the whole match.
If you did not see that game on Monday night, Brazil came out with a jump spike serve that just totally devastated the United States. They were not able to serve it back to their setter, Dusty Dvorak. Great hit there by Bernard Rotsman from Brazil. But Rotsman has not been effective tonight. The United States has countered that with very quick sets and have been able to block many of his tough hits. All right, serving now, Brazil. United States 8, Brazil 6.
Bob, before the match, the U.S. coaches said their game plan was to take Bernard Rotsman out of the game. He felt he was the heart of the Brazilians. They felt he was the heart of the Brazilians. So far, they've done that.
Brazil plays on tremendous amount of emotion. They could get back in here with a couple of points. Blocked out of bounds. Side out U.S.
What the U.S. has done tonight, they've passed the ball to Dusty Dvorak. He's moved the ball around, gone to his middle hitters, gone back outside.
Okay, Kachkarai serving for the United States. Four-time All-American out of UCLA from Santa Barbara. All is out, side out, Brazil. And now we're going to see, here we have Kachkarai. Now we're going to see William Da Silva, probably the best server in the world with that devastating spike serve. Here he comes. Well done by Kachkarai. And there we have Rotsman spiking from the corner. Dusty Dvorak again. As we have said, the United States was soundly defeated by Brazil, but they don't look like the same team tonight. On the other hand, the United States seems to be much more organized. They have a much better game plan. And here is Dusty Dvorak serving. He's the quarterback, the guy that makes the sets. He's done a great job tonight. He's kept Brazil off balance with his quick sets. Very versatile attack. Good block by the United States. United States leading 9-6.
Again, we see Craig Buck making that block, setting the position. Bob, what the U.S. has done, they made an adjustment, and the adjustment has worked. They put a blocker up to block the serves of Brazil, making them make a higher trajectory, and it's worked.
Okay, Dusty Dvorak serving for the United States. As perspiration is wiped off the court on the Brazil side. Lots of intensity here tonight. Very interesting that Brazil is also playing France for the gold medal in soccer. What a great night for the people in Brazil, although they might not like this score right at the moment. But soccer, their most popular sport, closely followed by volleyball. Brazil playing for the gold medal in both. But right now, Bernard Rotsman serving, trying to get Brazil back in the volleyball match. Good block by Brazil. Dusty Dvorak to Pat Powers. Off the block. Good play by Pat Powers, who has had a great night tonight. He has attempted 34 kills, and he has made 19 of them. He's been the big offensive star for the United States.
And Bob, Pat Powers is either hot or cold. When he's hot, he's very good.
And we'll be back after this message and a word from our local station. Back in Long Beach, it's the gold medal game in men's volleyball. United States against Brazil. United States won the first 2 games, and United States is leading in this game 10-6 as we see Brazil blast another serve into the net. That's the 13th serving error tonight. They've only had 1 service ace, and that probably, Kirk Kilgore, is the big difference in the match.
We said the USA had to pass well. They've done that. They're forcing Brazil to make errors. That is the difference in the match.
You can't make those mistakes off the serve and stay in the game. USA 11, Brazil 6.
Bob, the U.S. has made one change in their tactics. They put a blocker up to block that serve. It's thrown the Brazil serving off.
Timeout Brazil. United States leading 11-6, and this crowd is going crazy. 30-second timeout here. We see Coach Doug Beal talking to his players. Kirk, you have to think that the crowd is helping to get this U.S. team up to an emotional pitch. If they were down after that loss to Brazil on Monday night, the crowd has to be helping them.
Well, the crowd is great. It's been great all week. They want to see the U.S. get their first gold in history.
Not only their first gold in history, their first medal in history, and also the first time they've qualified for the Olympic volleyball since 1968. Very tough team for Brazil, though. A couple of points and they'd be right back in this match. They play on a lot of emotion. Great play by Kashkarai. Kashkarai, number 15, does it all.
And he had a shaky start, but now he's into the game. From the second game on, he's been great. Point.
12-6, U.S. over Brazil. A date by Brazil. Touch the floor.
Referee
touch the floor.
Referee signal to touch the floor. The ball can't touch the floor at any time. Side out Brazil.
Montenegro coming in, replacing number 8, Ribeiro. Once again, in volleyball, you can only gain points while you're serving. 15 points to win. United States 3 points from a gold medal in volleyball. Montenegro would also have a big spike serve as it comes here. Another one into the net. That's 14 serving errors by Brazil tonight. United States has taken away the big weapon, both with their return of serve and the fact that Brazil's helped them a lot. Knocked out of bounds off the block, side out Brazil.
Right now,
US 12, Brazil 6.
Brazil has to settle down. They have to pass serve, and they have to get Mario Schindo and Bernard Rossmann back in the game.
Brazil has looked fantastic through this entire tournament. They were upset by Korea in their second match. A team that the United States beaten, but other than that, they've looked great.
Here comes the set by Dusty Dvorak. It's a deep set to Steve Timmons. He has to stay behind the line. We can see his feet. He's the best deep hitter in the world right now.
Okay, you can say a lot of things tonight. First of all, the United States has returned serve extremely well, but that gives Dusty Dvorak a chance to make those great sets. But his setting has been great. He's set to a wide variety of people. And I think that more than anything has kept Brazil's blockers off balance. Here we have De Silva, one of the best players in the world, setting for Brazil. Side out Brazil. U.S. leading 12-6.
Bob, we can also say that the match plan of Doug Beal apparently is working. He said he had a lot of confidence in their match plan, and it seems to be working tonight.
As we mentioned earlier, the United States felt that maybe they over-scouted Brazil for that first game, and maybe they should just going back to playing good, solid volleyball. They have done that tonight, as we see Craig Buck coming. Here's the replay.
It's their overhead replay, shows the second combination. Everything's working.
Craig Buck serving for the United States. Ball is hit out. United States 13, Brazil 6. 2 points from the gold medal. Everything the United States tried tonight has worked well. Mario Schindo for Brazil from the outside. Side out Brazil.
You see Schindo yell through the net that time. He's trying to do something to get his team going. I don't think it's going to work now, Bob. The U.S. is playing extremely well.
U.S. 13, Brazil 6. U.S. up 2 games to 0. Best 3 out of 5 for the gold medal. Pat Powers again. Pat Powers has been awesome tonight. 36 attempts, 21 kills.
Here he goes cross court. Barely crosses the net straight down. He's had a phenomenal night putting everything away.
Pat Powers from Malibu, 26 years old, 6'5" attended USC.
Bob, the USA is hitting 50% of the team tonight. That means they're passing. Dusty Dvorak is making the right decisions. That's a great hitting percentage.
They've stayed right on top of Brazil. They haven't really let them in the game. They haven't let Brazil get high emotionally like they usually do. Ball is out. Match point, USA. Serving for the gold medal in volleyball. Hit off the block. Quiets the crowd down quickly here.
Bob, you have to be impressed with the play of this USA team tonight. They're handling Brazil very easily.
Leading 14-6. Brazil serving. Another jump serve. There's an effective one. That's the serve that has given the United States so much trouble. Let's take another look at that.
This is only their second ace of the night. They had 11 on the last time these two teams played. That's the big difference.
Let's keep in mind that this is the U.S. team that is for real. They beat the Soviet Union 4 times in a row in the Soviet Union in May.
but they have to be considered the top team in the world until they play the Soviets, and the Soviets prove otherwise.
DeWilliers coming in, replacing Pat Powers in the back line to serve. Serving for the match. United States 14, Brazil 7 for the gold medal. Wiping some perspiration off the floor. Mark Waldy in the United States, serving from the back line. For the gold medal.
The U.S. coach has done a great job of preparing this U.S. team after a devastating defeat 3 days ago.
Rossman setting to Silva in the corner. Good play by Brazil. Brazil needs a run now to get back in this match. Down 15-6, 15-6, and 14-7 in the third. Mario Shundo. Player they go to for their big hits when they're in trouble. And he serves into the net. That's the 15th serving mistake by Brazil.
The
best serving team in the world. Match point again. Steve Timmons served for the United States. De Silva to Rossman. That picture tells the story. The United States has won the gold medal. A team who hasn't even qualified since 1968 for the Olympics has never won a medal in Olympic volleyball history. There's the match score, 15-6, 15-6, 15-7. Craig Buck, Coach Doug Beal. The captain of the team, Chris Marlowe, almost cut, was cut, called back, elected captain. And when this team finally comes back to take their big bow, this crowd will go crazy. And to think they've done it here in Southern California, where the beaches are just loaded with volleyball games, where most members of the team attended Southern California universities. Pat Powers had a great game tonight. 37 kill attempts, 22 successful. The United States wins the gold over Brazil, 3-0.
Well, if William G. Morgan were alive tonight, he'd be a happy man. He was the man who single-handedly invented the game of volleyball a long time ago at a YMCA gymnasium in Holyoke, Massachusetts. Invented it as a less strenuous alternative to the game of basketball, which had been invented 10 miles away at Springfield College a couple of years before. And now it has happened. Long after he invented the game, the United States at long last has won its first gold medal in Olympic volleyball. Bob Viatti's still standing by out there. It was a great night, Bob.
Dusty, that was a great one.
Oh, sure was. I still have chills down my spine. We've been working 3.5 years for this, and I've been dreaming about it ever since I was, 5 years old. It couldn't be sweeter, and the guys came through. Everyone played a great match, and we showed who was #1 tonight.
Dusty, your setting tonight, you were very flexible in your setting. It looked like it was a key point in the match. Did you try to do anything different than you have been doing in the tournament?
Not necessarily. What we did was we received their jump serve much better. We were in control of the game, and we were able to run our offense, which the last time we played Brazil, we didn't pass that well, so we couldn't run an offense. And tonight, like I said, everyone was on, and everything just seemed to flow, and we did it at the right time.
The other night when you lost to Brazil 3-0, it looked like you guys were kind of demoralized a little bit.
Definitely. I mean, we hadn't lost a match in 6 months. We had won 28 in a row. And it's hard to lose, especially in the Olympics, but thank God it didn't mean anything. We came back and won this tournament.
How about Brazil? They're a tough team.
They're a great team. I think they're the second best team in the world, and I'll tell you, they gave us a tough time, and we just, came out and played our best.
What does it mean to all of you? You haven't even qualified for the Olympics since 1968 and never have won a medal. All of a sudden to come in here and win the gold medal.
Oh, it's unreal. I mean, we're hoping to put volleyball on the map in the United States, and I think we've taken a big step. All of a sudden, we're getting great media coverage. We're getting exposure on TV. Teams winning. I mean, we're hoping volleyball is going to be a major sport, and it's unreal to be the, say, founding fathers.
What effect did the crowd have? All these people down here in Southern California, you guys have all come off the beaches, and they love their volleyball here. Did it help you?
Oh, the crowd was great. I mean, having 12,000 people cheering USA and clapping and everything, I mean, it was unreal. I mean, I don't think we could have done it without the home crowd.
Well, Dusty, I know that your teammates want to see you right now, and you get off to that medal presentation. Great going to you. That was super.
Great. Thank you very much.
Okay, Jim, great night here at Long Beach for volleyball. Back to you.
Now down at Long Beach, we're about to hear the United States anthem, what the men gymnasts did the first week, the volleyball team has done near the end of these games, the first gold medal in the sport for the United States of America.
Veuillez vous lever pour l'exécution de l'hymne national des États-Unis.
There is the scene, the United States on the highest podium down there in Long Beach. It's been a long way for them. Here it is. Looked like perhaps singing the words of the anthem loudest of all were Karch Kiraly, whose parents came here after the Hungarian Revolt in 1956. There'll be no million-dollar contracts for these guys, no tremendous professional careers. Some of them will go back to the beach in California for the two-man volleyball games. Others will retire from this sport and go on to other careers. But they've done it. A moment of a lifetime, America's first gold medal in volleyball, a native sport. Silver medal to Brazil. They fought very well, beat the Americans in 3 straight games earlier this week. Tonight it was the United States in 3 straight games. Meanwhile, Brazil is losing to France 2-0 in the second half in the soccer. The Olympics go on, and we'll be back with much more.